We've got a lot of cool new material that's come in. It's a particularly good show tonight, a lot to look forward to. We've got a great cast. This is our most fun show. It's dangerous and fun, and we never know what's going to happen. So if you're ready to start, all right, here we go. It starts with a really cool video. Pop it up, pop it up, pop it up, pop it up, 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 up. Pop it up, pop it up, pop it up, pop it up, pop it up.
It's time to do some improv. You'll help us make it up. So shout out your suggestions and then we'll pop it up.
Pop it up, pop it up.
Brian, Puppet Up has been going on for almost 2 decades now. It's an LA institution. I can't believe I haven't seen it, but I'm really curious what its origin story is. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, we had 2 issues. One was the puppeteers were becoming very, very script bound. And it's like if a puppeteer missed the line during a shoot, the next puppeteer would call cut and say, he didn't feed the line to me correctly. And I was like, wow, we sort of lost touch with the sharper element of performing. And it's what my dad used to call the ability to ad-lib.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's like, I mean, there's some famous stories about him and Frank ad-libbing in the early days.
Yeah, and all of those original guys. Mm-hmm, and I used to be head of puppeteer training, and we used to say, wow, you train 20 puppeteers and you maybe get one with the ability to ad-lib. And my dad honestly believed it was like an innate ability. Like there are just some people who can and there are some people who can't.
You're born with it or you're not.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. And so you just have to find the ones who have that and then be able to train them to be puppeteers. And at the time, I was dating Mia Sarah, who became my wife. And I was telling her this story about bemoaning how many puppeteers you have to train to find this magical ability to ad-lib. And she just looked at me and she said, it's called comedy improv. And you can teach it and you can learn it. And I was like, no. I remember thinking comedy improv. I've heard that term, but I'd never seen an improv comedy show. And I'm sure my father had never seen an improv comedy show. And so she introduced me to Patrick Bristow, who was, renowned as an improv director and performer. And
it's a particular kind of high wire act. I've gone to see a lot of improv comedy. I've taken some of those classes. It's mystifying when you watch it at the high level.
Yeah, and it looks like something that you couldn't train. Mm-hmm. It does look like an innate skill, but there are actually, you can train and you can get really, really good at it. So Patrick started, we started having these weekly workshops with maybe 10 of the top puppeteers. And we started improvising. Yeah. And Patrick didn't think it would work at first. He said, I don't think it's going to work because rule number 1 with improv is you have to watch the other performer's eyes all the time when you're performing because you're trying to read their mind. Yeah. You're trying to anticipate, where are you trying to go with this scene? And they're watching you just try and feel like, where are you trying to go with this scene so that we can do it in sync. Right. But we just gave it a go. The way the puppeteers work is we watch a monitor always. So we're puppeteering in front of a camera. We're watching a monitor, but we can see all the other puppets, obviously, that are in the scene. And what we've learned is that the puppeteer, you could read the other puppeteers by what they were doing with their puppets. So that we didn't need any eye contact.
Wow.
And
because your sensitivity as a puppeteer is to the other puppet.
Yeah,
you're performing
that's right.
opposite.
And you can see when the other puppet goes, and you know what that means, you know? So it turned out to work really, really well.
So rather than a barrier, it's just exactly how you guys do what actors do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No, this is all wrong. What? Your hot dogs, this is not the way I saw the scene when I wrote it.
Oh, sorry?
No, you're getting it all wrong. It's terrible.
Okay, well, I think we know whose fault that is.
Yeah. But it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage.
Excuse me. Oh, blame the writing, why don't you? Blame the writing. Next you're going to do is blame the directing. I'm the director-writer. Everything I say is right, no matter what I say. And you're all terrible.
Right. Okay, well, how do you want me to deliver the line, this time the shit gets real? Because that's shitty.
That particular line is a line that I worked on for about 3.5 weeks to get it exactly right.
Well, I'm sad for you then.
I feel very uncomfortable.
Okay, wait a second. No.
Yeah.
No, what's going to fix this scene? The problem here is it's dry dry hot dogs. You all need ketchup and stuff. It's very, very dry. What we need is an emotion, a strong emotion to hold this scene together because you're useless thespians.
Well,
So I'm going to ask the audience, suggest an overriding emotion like jealousy, horny.
Way ahead of you.
So at first, it was just a workshop to develop this new tone of comedy with puppeteers who now had the ability to ad-lib.
Yeah.
And then it went on to become a show. Initially, we just did a showcase for friends and families, and there was a producer who invited us to the Aspen Comedy Festival. We're like, well, okay, we'll go try that in front of an audience. And then there was a producer there from Edinburgh Fringe, and we were like, okay, we'll go do a couple weeks. Then we named the show. We wrote a theme song, and the origin, that just became this big underground hit.
Am I correct in that in learning how to train puppeteers to do improv, that expanded the pool to you of available puppeteers potentially?
Yes, it's become the way that Puppet Up is the way to come into the Jim Henson Company as a puppeteer. So you come in and you try to get the company level in Puppet Up, and then you'll get auditions and all for the other shows that we do. And basically, if somebody's an accomplished and skilled improv comedian and is excited about learning puppetry, then we'll bring them in and try to cross-train them. If somebody's a very accomplished puppeteer and excited about trying to learn improv comedy, we'll cross-train them. So and we get to a very high level. At the company level, we probably have about 40 puppeteers who have made it on stage in LA.
And so when you say that puppeteers became script bound, did you have some puppeteers who were thinking as you were introducing improv, this is not going to work for me, and then it opened them wide open?
Tons.
Really?
Most of them. Yeah, most of them, because they really, like I said, they'd become so script bound. They were really used to, I can go home with the script, I study the script, I think about the character and all this. And the whole idea with improv is you generate a character very spontaneously and very organically, and it turns out to be an incredible skill for just developing new characters, even when you have the script.
Right.
All of these improv puppeteers are much better at coming up with a personality and a character and a voice for their characters, and the fact that they can add to the script, they can veer off script a little bit. So these performers, when they're working with a script, are also much better, because they have now the magical, innate ability to ad-lib.
Right.
Yes! Oh, he's beautiful! He's gorgeous! He's strong! It's alive! It's alive! Father. Well, I don't know about that. Father. Yes. Why, Father? Oh, he's strong. Why, Father? Because life is worth living. I don't know. I didn't think this part through.
I feel like I should do something, but I'm very scared.
Father.
Oh,
To dance.
I can't breathe.
So that people can kind of hold in their heads the methodology you're using. The Henson puppeteering technique is about the monitor, yes?
Yes, always, which is why we need a camera, which is why Puppet Up, there is a camera center stage. We wouldn't do a theater show where there's puppets on stage. We need a camera on stage, and we need to be puppeteering in front of the camera.
That relationship is paramount.
That's what we do. And our performance art form as a puppeteer, as any puppeteer, it's not subjective. It's not the character is inside. It's
and
not,
coming out of me.
I'm coming into, like a method actor.
Right.
Gets themselves into a persona and then responds to whatever stimulation comes, and then therefore it'll be authentic and feel real. With a puppeteer, it's always subjective. You're throwing the performance, one would think, to the end of your arm.
Right.
It's not in here. I don't feel here. It's there. Wow. So it's like I'm objectively watching that character and making it do stuff, but I do feel separate from it. And in our training, that goes away, where you're thinking about your arm, and it becomes, there's a character on television that I'm looking at down there. I've forgotten about my arm, And I am objectively appreciating that character and wanting it to do this and this and this and this and this, and then it's happening.
And this really, I can now see what you mean by the character can surprise you.
Yes.
Like, it can do things and you're like, I didn't know I knew how to do that.
Or I had no idea it was going to happen.
I didn't know this would be that funny. That's amazing. I mean, I just love the idea that the technical aspects, rather than inhibiting, are actually more freeing.
Yes. That was a surprise to all of us.
Yeah.
I think that was a surprise to Patrick completely. And to me, I at first thought this is going to be overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
We're certainly not going to be able to pull off a show.
Right.
I thought what we would get is really good, a higher level of performance comedic ability.
It could be like
from a
basic training.
performer.
It's painful, but it makes you
better
better.
for character development. I didn't think we would be able to do a compelling live show where we're improvising and puppeteering at the same time. And so surprised and thrilled that it worked, and learned a whole lot about how much a puppeteer can read from watching what the camera is seeing. And the other thing is upstaging. So in normal improv, upstaging is absolutely 100% not allowed, because if a performer is downstage and doing something facing out the audience and you're behind them where that performer can't see, you're not allowed to upstage. You're not allowed to start doing wacky things.
Yeah.
And the cool thing with puppetry is I'm watching what the camera sees. So I can be in the foreground in the shot, and somebody back there starts upstaging me like mad. In our school, that is 100% okay.
Because you can also
Because
see
it's
it.
going to
You're part of
feed me, because then I'm going to go, you better not be standing back there making gestures, because if you're back there making gestures, we're done. You know, because you can upstage, because I, as a performer, I can see what that performer is doing. Frank Oz used to say, people would ask him, well, how do you become a top-level Muppet puppeteer? And he said, it's a vicious competition, and it's a fight, and you fight to win. So, and that's the way Frank used to perform. He was like upstage like mad. Everybody's upstaging each other. It's like, and it would make it, and as long as everybody knows and loves each other, it just becomes fun.
How do you improvise when you have all these other mechanical things to worry about, in addition to the difficulty of puppeteering into a monitor?
Yeah, there's a lot to being a Henson puppeteer, because you're always working with the monitor, so you're composing the shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have the same responsibility as a cameraman would normally have, because you're placing yourself in the shot. So you're important. You're responsible for the composition and all of the technical elements of puppetry. And interestingly, we're very fast improvisers. You'll see in the show the puppeteers are very quick, and Jon Favreau, interestingly enough, saw, I think, our very first public performance in Aspen. This is now in 2006, and he came up to me afterwards and he said, I have to come and watch you guys train. Is that okay? And of course, we had a rule: no one's allowed to watch us train. But it was Jon Favreau. So
he comes from improv too, right?
No, he's an improv genius.
Yeah.
And he said, I just need to see what you guys are doing to get how you are able to do this. So he came to one of our workshops, and he just sat and he was watching. And then afterwards he came up to me and he said, I figured it out. And I said, tell me, what do you mean? He said, well, you know, with improv, we always say to people, do space work. You know, don't imagine yourself in a room that you're washing the dishes or you're hanging the laundry while you're playing the scene. Because if you have that space work, it's going to engage one side of your brain, the technical side of your brain, and that's going to liberate the creative side and untether it, and that's really where the improv gold comes from. So his theory was, he said, you guys are so engaged technically in the puppetry that it has completely liberated the other side of your brain to do the improvising.
That's like I think that's pretty much the opposite of what most people would think would happen. Right? With all of those things.
No, you would imagine it becomes overwhelming and you can't do it.
Yeah.
But the great Patrick would tell you, you know, the preparation for improv is walk out on stage, calm, mind blank. You want to go out with a blank is what you're trying to do, so that you're fully open, and then the first stimulation that comes within the scene fuels. And as long as you all went into the scene that way, you're all going to be in sync very quickly, and it's going to happen fast. Sometimes what happens is I've got the puppet, I'm off camera, I'm going to enter the scene. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm breaking the rule of being completely empty, but I'm going by what's going on in the scene. I'm making a choice, and then I walk in and I do a completely different voice, a completely different accent than I thought I was going to do. It often happens, so that it's like the puppet gets ahead of you. It's the whole idea of you've liberated the creative side of the brain, that you're doing stuff and almost surprising yourself at times, which is, that's a really fun place to be.
That sounds absolutely thrilling.
Yeah. Amazing. And the other thing about puppets and improv is when you're watching actors improv, which is a wonderful thing, but you're so empathetic as the audience. You're worried for the performer.
Right.
You're imagining, oh, if I was on the stage right now, I'd be terrified in this moment that performer is in. And that can put a little bit of anxiety into the audience. So the great thing about puppets is if they start screwing up and they dry up, it's hilarious. And it's even hilarious for the puppeteer who's drying up. Like, I've had puppeteers that go, I got nothing. and it's hilarious. It's even hilarious. It's not embarrassing.
Right, it changes the whole relationship.
Yeah, so even when it goes wrong, it goes right often.
Incredible. All right, I just can't wait to see the show tonight.
Oh, you'll enjoy it.
Oh, amazing.
You guys all know Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
Mythbusters!
And his fabulous show on YouTube.
Tested, the channel that is amazingly prolific. Okay, so this is the way you work it. So you hold those rods, because puppetry is your thing, right? That's your thing. Okay, so turn to the right. Okay, kinda. Turn to the left. Good, kinda. Look at camera. And say something.
Hi!
Hi! You're gonna be great, Adam. Okay, so step over here. All right, rest your arm.
Yeah,
and
Adam,
Colleen
do
will
the blood
bring
rush
you
back
into
in,
the
'cause
scene.
it's about to be up for about 45 minutes in a second here. Now, Adam's character is applying for a physically demanding job, like a lifeguard or a pirate or something. What is it? Wait, what was that? A fight club referee? A fight club referee, not a flight club referee. Got it? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. That's weird. I love it. Okay, now, Adam just had a 20-second crash course in how to do Henson-style puppeteering. He's making his debut in front of us, so let's give Adam a lot of love. Here we
go! It's like nobody knows the rules.
I know.
I mean, what we need is a referee. It's crazy.
I know, otherwise everyone's gonna die. We got a pile of bodies, and, bulk pickup is until Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know how the club is really gonna make it if everybody just dies. What we need is a fight club referee. Somebody who really knows their business.
Yeah. I got a cousin.
Really?
Yeah, he's got nothing to do. He just makes dumb videos on YouTube all day.
Really? And he's a fight club expert?
I mean, yeah.
All right. Bring him in.
All right. Adam,
I have my doubts.
Come on in. Boy.
Oh, okay.
This is my brother, Adam.
Hi.
Well, hi, Adam. So, step up here, Adam. You can stand up. Just stand up. Good. All right, so, Adam.
Adam, look at my...
I'm just here. Good, so...
Stand up there, Adam. There you go. No.
That's good.
Hold on. Here we go.
There we go. Okay, so... What are we looking at? Okay, so... Where were we? Adam,
Jesus
stand
Christ,
up.
Adam.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Okay, so, Adam.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so Fight Club is it's illegal, first of all, and it's very, very dangerous, and people will die if you don't do your job right, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So here's the thing. Let me check your hands first. Good. Now over here where I can see them. Let me see one. Okay.
Adam, look at my goddamn boss.
I'm over here, Adam. Okay, good.
Jesus.
All right. Yep. All right. It looks like they're well trained, your hands. Now you can take them back. Good. All right, so here's the thing, Adam. I'm gonna take you up here. You can just walk with me back here. We're walking. Okay, we're walking over here. Okay, now we're walking here. Okay, now we're walking just over here. Okay, stop.
He walks with his face.
Here's the thing, Adam. So, we're gonna be having a fight club up there, me and Tristan, and you're gonna have to come in and referee fast before I get killed.
Okay.
All right. So your life, no, it's my life that's in your hands. Those beautiful hands. Let's see them again. Yeah, those hands. Okay, take them back. Okay, I'm gonna go up here. Okay.
You ready, boss?
Wait, you know what? We have to do, let's see, okay, here we go.
We're hemming in
Are you
line.
ready? Adam, we're gonna fight, and I'm gonna count down. You have to come referee before I die.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go. Go. Poke. Anyway, poke. Poke. Save me.
Stop! Can't we all just get along?
No, I'm already dead. I'm dead. She killed me. You're hired.